Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. So in this video we're going to talk about improving as a self-taught artist, and I feel like most of the artists nowadays, they're not really going to an art school since there are so many resources available for free on the internet. And I did personally waste a lot of time trying to figure out things because you're attracted to like every other course that you see online. So yeah, I thought I'll make a video about this and hopefully it helps someone out there. So before we get into this video, I just want to show you guys like my whole setup, how I work. This is the drawing that we'll be making in this video, and yeah, it's stuck on this cardboard. Okay. I almost fell. I did this, by the way. I fucked up my foot real good. So I walk around with this stick, and it's fun. But anyways, this drawing is stuck on this cardboard. I brought this when I was doing bachelor's in Chandigarh. So yeah, it has like a little piece of wood on the back. It goes on top of like any surface, and I really recommend getting something like this because with the help of this you can just keep your drawing perpendicular to the floor. And I can tell you, if your drawings are anything larger than A5, then you're probably going to be spending a lot of time sitting on something like this, on a chair. So you don't want to be breaking your fucking neck when you're just slaving away hours trying to make your drawing work. So yeah, that's one thing. And another thing is that when you're taping your drawing on this wooden cardboard, try to have it like really tight, like airtight almost. Like as you can see on the top, there's like no gaps, but when you move to the side, I just noticed it after I was done, it has like some gap on the sides, and you don't want that because when you're drawing on to this side, it's going to move back and forth, and it just fucks up your accuracy. And especially when you're trying to take away some graphite and erasing and putting down some highlights, it's not fun. So yeah, let's get started with this video. Okay, this feels so bad, like as I'm recording this voiceover, as I can see the gap that I was talking about and I didn't fix it. Anyways, and just like getting this out of the way right off the bat, I don't like using the word self-taught because like obviously even myself, I'm learning from the internet, but like there's a difference between just like being by yourself in your room versus going to an academy, like going to an art school where you have to follow a curriculum and there are assignments and there are studies that you have to finish, there's a deadline, and there's a teacher who is correcting you. Compared to that, self-critiquing, it's not going to be the most optimal way. But if you don't have like an option to go to an art school, and if you're not in touch with anyone better than you, then there are options. The first thing that I would say is that get your priorities straight. Like, what do you want out of this? If you're just going to dibble and dabble your toe, just like testing the temperatures every now and then, draw a little bit of this, draw a little bit of that, it's going to take you a long time. Instead, if you just have like tunnel vision, you're razor focused on, okay, I want this, I want to be able to paint this or draw that, then you can really shorten the amount of time period that it reaches to take your goal. Sometimes I wish I could go back in the past and just smack myself for trying out watercolors and just like every medium. Like I wish I could say to myself to like pick a lane and just stick to it. And the second thing would be just like the willingness to experiment. When I was just done with my master's, I was like, okay, I have a brief idea about how to make portraits, so I just stuck with that for the longest time. And it's not the optimal way because like it kind of gives you like a comfort zone, something you can just stick by and rely on. And believe me, not everything that you're familiar with is something that you should stick with. And people like myself, we all just try to stick with what's comfortable. We don't want to explore, we don't want to go out of that circle. And it's scary. It's scary because like, what if that method is more difficult? What if this is the easiest thing I know? But it's such a big mistake because you never know. You might just be seeing reels on Instagram and just like going down the rabbit hole of exploring different artists' work, and you'll just see something, some part of his process or her process, it'll stick out. And it's so weird because like for the longest time you can just be like, okay, this is the method that I know, this is this thing that is easiest to me, so this is what I'll stick with. that happens until you try out something and you do that 6 times, 7 times, 10 times, 11 times, 20 times, and you find out like, okay, this is actually much easier. Like that happened with me with charcoal. Charcoal is kind of a medium when you're kind of dabbling in. It just makes you sign a warrant that you're not going to be in complete control of the medium. Like I promise, like it's very, very much more chaotic, very, very much. It's much more chaotic than graphite. With graphite, you can control it. It's not going to be messy. You're always in control. With charcoal, it's going to be messy. I have charcoal on my face as I'm doing this voiceover right now. I am not kidding. I'm not going to show you guys, obviously. But yeah, charcoal has like every medium. They have their own pros and cons. Graphite, very, very controllable, but it's going to take some time to develop your values. Charcoal, very, very messy, but the way you can just go really, really dark, it's something. So try to experiment, because like until you do it, until you're just like fucking around, you'll never find out. And I think personally it has been a problem with me too, because like I have like way too many things going on that I want to be able to do by like next year's end. So I'm trying to do so many things that I have kind of slacked off with the YouTube thingy, you know. I've not been like posting consistently, and it's usually like 2 weeks go by and then I'm posting a video. Like this video is coming after 2 weeks, which is not something that I like. I don't like it at all. But yeah, missing deadlines is like working against yourself. And to be really, really honest though, fuck missing deadlines. People don't even like setting up deadlines, you know? It's so crazy. Because like with like not giving yourself deadlines is like working against yourself, because like if you don't have like an end goal, if you don't have a deadline, then you're just accepting the fact that you don't want to know when you're failing. And I get it. It's very, very comforting to not know if you're failing or not, because like if you're never setting up deadlines, okay, you're going to miss a week. That's fine. I didn't really set up a deadline. 2 weeks go by, didn't really finish that book. 3 weeks, a month goes by, you didn't do much, because like who the hell cares? You're not really getting to know that you're failing. And 6 months go by, a year goes by, and then you realize that you did like 25% of the work that you could have done if you were to just give yourself deadlines, you know? And you don't have to be crazy with it, you know. You don't have to like promise yourself that, okay, I'm gonna make a drawing a day or even a drawing a week. Like probably you should be making a drawing a week, but hey, it's okay. Something is better than nothing. If you can just promise yourself, okay, I can make a fully rendered piece every week and I will post it on my Instagram on every Saturday, that's good. That's perfect. It's much, much better than like posting never, you know. And I think like the most important thing that I kind of did for myself, which helped me improve, is that I started reading about artists and started listening to people who are better than you. You know, it doesn't matter. It can be like Stephen Bauman or like a Proco podcast, or it can be someone old like Van Gogh. If you really admire someone's work, it can be John Singer Sargent. It can be anyone. And like read about their life, read about how they thought about art, read about the kind of materials they use, read about how they got about like finishing their works. And I think it is very, very important, because sometimes you could be spending like 8 hours and just be satisfied, like, okay, I'm working hard. And then you read about a person who's working 16 hours, you know? If you read about Van Gogh, if you read about Michelangelo, if you read about, I don't know, Da Vinci, they're gone, you know? They're not really all there. And it's insane. When you read about these people, you think like, okay, a drawing from Pinterest references is good enough. Maybe like you're reading about Loomis method and you just finished that book by Andrew Loomis and you feel like, okay, that's enough. I'm not saying that it's bad, it's really great, but you have to understand that there are levels to this game, you know. Like if you look at Da Vinci or like Michelangelo, these guys, I'm very sure that these guys kind of like went to the graves and like dug out corpses and like dissected them, and just to learn about anatomy, just to like draw human figures, just to understand like how everything works. And then you wonder like why they're so good. Why are they able to sculpt like that? Why are they able to paint like that? And you don't know until you start reading about them. And yeah, levels to this game. I'm tired of yapping, to be honest. I'm tired. I just want to sleep. But anyways, I hope someone out there learned something from this video, hopefully got some motivation. And yeah, this is like the final work. I had to show the process video because otherwise me yapping would just be plain boring. And yeah, I will see you next week.